What's up, everybody? What's up, Chantel? How you doing? What's going on Periscope? Thanks for stopping by. Listen, Chantel, usually around here we talk about cannabis in the Bible, targeted individuals, and the science of healing. But we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. What's going on today? Not much, she says. Not much. How's life treating you? Oh, life's treating me pretty great. I have some CBD in my life today, and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? Life's treating me very well. That's interesting. How's that interesting? CBD, is that interesting? It is pretty interesting. It's, or is cannabis in the Bible interesting? I forget. What did we say was interesting? One of those things. Usually what I'm talking about in here is interesting. I have to give it to you there. I'm willing to listen. I think I watched one of your scopes before. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, cannabis is in the Bible. It's in Exodus 30:23. Cannabosum is it in Hebrew. God gave it to Moses. He said, Moses, here's cannabis. You shall be as the alchemist. So he made Moses an alchemist as he handed him the cannabis plant. And I mean, that's the role of the priest. You have to be a cannabis alchemist. Finbar, what's up, Finbar? Good to see you, man. I like baseball. LSU had a dynasty baseball team in the 90s, and so that's what my wall is about. It's about a particular dynasty team from the 90s. But yeah, I like baseball, man. I like LSU. Everybody's a big LSU fan around here. You didn't know that, huh? You didn't know that. They had a dynasty team in the 90s. Um, Listen, Chantel, have I ever told you about the healing research? So check this out. Let me go over to my Facebook page. I want to delete this broadcast from my Facebook page so I can take a hit. Two of the people I know on Facebook. So this guy William Bingston, right? He's a sociologist or an anthropologist, one of those. And so he followed around a hands-on healer, and this healer actually healed his back. So he wanted to take the techniques into the laboratory. So he wanted to test the healing technique against cancer in mice. So that's what he set up his study to do. And the particular technique is just if you're trying to heal mice, you just imagine healthy mice. If you're trying to heal somebody's back, you imagine them running a marathon with a nice, happy, healthy back. So it's just envisioning the result that you want is the technique. So against cancer in mice, what do you think happened when people envisioned happy, healthy mice? Whenever people thought about happy, healthy mice, what do you think happened to the mice whenever they injected them with cancer? Did they die in 23 days like you normally do without any medicine whenever you inject them with cancer, like the control box? Did they not die as quickly? What happened, do you guys think, if you prayed for the mice? What do you guys think happened? Was it like a placebo effect or something? What's up, D Live? I see D Live. What's up, Twitch? What do you guys think? Maybe they're typing it out. Maybe I didn't lose all my audience. Some died, some didn't. Okay. Some some actually did not die. None of them died. 100% of the mice rejected their cancer. And then in the control box that they weren't praying for, they were just going to let those die. They just shot them up with cancer. You let them die like it's the control box. All of those mice received the healing like it's contagious. So the control box spontaneously remitted as well. And they found that this prayer is dose dependent like a medicine. European Sun, what's up? What's up? They lasted longer. They actually were totally healed, man. 100%. 100%. If you guys want to screenshot this URL, you guys can screenshot this URL if you want, and it'll take you right to the article. What's going on, European son? Good to have you here, man. Good to have royalty in the house. Yeah, normally I talk about cannabis in the Bible, targeted individuals, and the science of healing, like we just talked about. So actually, the healing is contagious. All you have to do is imagine the result that you want. You can heal the world. It's doable, you guys. It's doable. We can heal every disease and end every curse. I want you guys to know it's in the science. It's doable in the science. Yeah, man. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with us. So what's going on, man? I'm just chilling today. As you can see, I'm just smoking some Delta 8. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have a few moments to enjoy life. Um, I've got not a lot of great content though. I know Gary has enough people in his scope to keep the conversation going. I usually don't have. I usually it's all on me, and I'm telling people about targeted individuals, cannabis in the Bible, and the science of healing. I try to tell everybody about all those three things. So I told you about the science of healing. I can tell you about targeted individuals. I'm a targeted individual, man. I was fucking tortured by the government and stalked and harassed. A billion dollar organization of a $1 billion war machine, a $1 trillion weapon pointed at me is what happened. What do you think about how today's high THC and low CBD weed? Well, there's all sorts of cannabinoids that they're discovering that can be responsible for the intoxicating effect. I mean, there's THCV, there's THCP. You know what I'm saying? In significant amounts to where they can intoxicate you. So they have all sorts of different cannabinoids, and in a normal, a natural breeding process, you'll have all those minor cannabinoids in there as well without all the selective breeding. So we're going to go back to we're going to selective breed everything, and then we're going to create an entourage effect. So we're going to selective breed everything, and then make for minor cannabinoid rich plants as well. So basically, we're gonna tweak all the cannabinoids in the plant completely and try to get them all going in one plant. Is what basically we're gonna try to do. I think. But yeah, they just discovered THCP in January, and they have like edibles out now. So that's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna try some. It'd be great to see that. Yeah. Have you tried Delta 8? Delta 8 is a minor cannabinoid. It's not present in the plant in enough concentrations to be able to extract it viably, but they synthesize it. They make it from CBD, and so they synthesize it from CBD or from THC. It's from Delta 9 THC. It's Delta 8 THC. It's really good. I think THC alone has a lot of downsides. Never. Well, it's not legal in the UK yet. I think you guys just legalized hemp flower. So if you, I don't know if you're in UK. Where are you at? You're a medical patient. Oh, cool. Well, you can maybe get Delta 8. It's a good alternative. Like for me in a non-legal state and all that in the states, I'm so grateful for Delta 8 THC. I'm a medical patient too, and we don't have access to the plant through our medical program. Our medical program is tincture only, and tincture does zero for me. Okay, well you can probably get Delta 8 in Pennsylvania. You can get some pure Delta 8 for like $6 a gram. I mean, because it's so cheap, it's worth telling you about. $6 a gram, $5 a gram for some Delta 8, man. What's up, Yusuf? Welcome, Turkey. Thanks for following me on D Live. I have like no followers on D Live. You handsome? Okay, okay. Well, thanks for the follow. And the best thing about Turkey is the Turkish people. The people of Turkey, they're the best. Edibles do nothing for you, regardless of dose. Dang, I'm kind of like that too. I'm about to take a big glob of Delta 8 and see what happens. I mean, a big glob, probably like a whole gram. See if anything happens. Never had 1,000 milligrams. You can take 1,000 milligrams of Delta 8 for real cheap for $6. Why are the Turkish people the best? No one's ever asked me that before. Because I love the people. I love the people of Turkey. He said, "Okay, true. It is true, right?" Let me know what happens. Oh, I will. Sure will, man. You want to see it? Sure. See that? It's just nice and clear. I'll take it down. It's just $6 pure Delta 8 THC, man. It's worth dabbing. Yeah, that stuff my friend does. I don't have a straw or a dab rig, but I would dab it if I had that. So you can screenshot this too. Watch. I'm telling you, you'll thank me. Check that out. Just some green. See, I'm smoking in the pen. That's when I'm smoking in the pen. So I do dab it in the pen. You lost it. Sorry. Oh, that's okay. You want me to do it again? Here we go. Anyway, I figured we. What's up, Michelle B? Shelly B's in here. Carts are basically dabbing. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Not a fan though. I was never a fan of the carts, but I'm in Louisiana, and our medical program is bunk, and it's not legal here. So the carts of Delta 8 have been a blessing, man. Blessing. Not a fan though. Yeah, I mean, if you can have access to different stuff, then go ahead. You should use that. You should dab. This cardamom right now tastes like a fire dab. What's going on, Shelly B, man? Shelly B's hanging tight for 2 weeks, she says. She's laying low for 2 weeks. That's the plan. Could you tell me a little bit about the government targeting you? I sure can. So basically, if you ever heard of COINTELPRO, it's a takedown program like for Martin Luther King. They send him like letters telling him to commit suicide, stuff like that. So that's the type of neurolinguistic programming that was assaulted in me. It's like fuck you, kill yourself all day. And it was the neurolinguistic programming was delivered through different psychological operations. Okay, so I was gang stalked. It's like a $1 trillion war machine that would point at one single target. Okay, You get gang stalked by the community and harassed by the community. Basically, had people following you around, telling you "fuck you, die." And then after years of that, then they turn electronic weapons on you, and then you're basically hearing voices that tell you "fuck you, die." And it's 24/7, 365, 366 if it's a leap year. Every day is just miserable torture. And it's a targeted individual program, man. That's what it is. It disabled me. I mean, I have a mental disability now, like PTSD and stuff. It's designed to murder people. That's what it is. And it's I don't know why exactly I was targeted. I think it's because of my activism, but I know that also women and children are being targeted with this program for no good reason. So I mean, if you're an American, you need to be wise to the fact that this is going on, because it's the greatest threat to our republic that there is, and I need a uniformed response. I'm putting out an SOS call. If you hear this right now, I need a new uniformed response from military, active duty military, National Guard. SOS, civilian casualties, man down, women and children, civilian casualties, SOS, WMDs, voice to skull. Does that make sense? Endless torture, endless torture. That's what it's all about. Targeted individual. Google it. Google us. How's that time to MK? Oh, it's MK for your neighborhood. It's MK normalized. It's MK society. It's MK culture. It's kind of like a lifestyle. It's like MK like a lifestyle, is what it is. It's MK sold to the normal person. Willingly, they sign up for it. MK. No, they're really tortured into it. I shouldn't say that. They're tortured into it. It's classic MK torture based mind control. That's what it is. It is MK Ultra for your neighborhood. In fact, I had somebody clone my brother Dank account with brother Dank MK Ultra account. It said MK Ultra right on the account. I had somebody clone my brother Dank account, man. It's on Twitter right now. Clone brother Dank account with MK Ultra on it. Did you sign up for it? Well, I signed up for it whenever after 9/11. Whenever George Bush says, if you do drugs, I'm putting you on the terrorist watch list. I signed up back then in like 2000, and after 9/11, like 2003 and shit. I was signed up because I was doing drugs, and in my mind, I was ready to have the terrorism apparatus pointed at me for doing drugs because I'm just an American citizen. So I knew that was a possibility that I could get tied up in the terrorism thing because I was doing drugs. I always knew it was a possibility, but I was really solidified my place in the terrorist dragnet whenever I wore a beard on campus. That's one way. I attracted the attention of police on campus just for wearing a terrorist looking beard. I swear to God, I'm not even making this up, in Louisiana. And then I uh, I became an activist for cannabis because I was arrested for cannabis, and became an activist. So after I led 500 students, after I emptied the university and led 500 students to the local courthouse to protest the situation, I was definitely terrorist watch listed. DHS DHS identified empowered individual. Empowered individual is what they're looking for to watch list. So yeah, after my activism, I was definitely watch listed and tortured. It's just the apparatus is so big, they just keep it running. It's just a money thing, you know. It's just like so much money is in it. They just got to keep it going. They just kick the can down the road. They never deal with it. But meanwhile, all this technology could be used to save the children. So good questions. Good questions. Thanks, European son. I'm gonna keep this on YouTube probably, just in case anybody wants to watch a replay of a live. Nice story, says the best. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. That's really terrible, man. Sorry. Well, I mean, it's a good story. Like, it's actually, I got to do some pretty cool things involved in the mind control program, like rescue a bunch of people from mind control, essentially. Synthetic telepathy is how people communicate, and it's weaponized synthetic telepathy. So basically, you hear voices that say "fuck you," but people could also just use it as synthetic telepathy, just to talk to one another. And so, think about the implications of that. You do have the PTSD bad yourself. Think about the implications of that. You can communicate with people who are in comas, basically, if potentially. Um, but I was able to help people. I became like a chaplain over the psychic radio waves. I became like a chaplain of sorts, where I would just counsel people. Instead of harassing me, they would come in. I'd be able to help them with their problems, tell them to like hold their family tight, and give them advice like that and shit. And uh, and so that really helped clear the field. Help clear the field. Whenever I approached it with love, and you realize that even though these people are designed to destroy you, that they're actually just human beings, and you approach them like a human being approaches a human being over the synthetic telepathy. You know what I'm saying? Over the radio waves is how best describe it. It's like radio, a two-way radio kind of in real time. So it's like broadcast where your thoughts are broadcast. Okay, people can hear your thoughts. So if you're walking around not knowing about any of this, people can hear your thoughts. The whole community is corrupted with this, you guys. It's MK Ultra for the community. The whole community is ate up on Voice to Skull. Is being funded outside the government. Well, I think it's NSA. I think it's DHS. Army, active duty Army, regular Army did not have any records. Neither did National Guard. So that's alarming. Okay, so it's not like our regular defense. It's our national security defense. Okay, it's our domestic security infrastructure is what we're talking about here. That's where my shit is being funded in NHS, DHS, and NSA. DHS intelligence and analysis have files. I got a Glomar response from them saying we can either confirm or deny. That means they have files. Otherwise, they say we have no records. But if they do keep records, they say we can either confirm or deny. So I got that from intelligence and analysis, FBI, um, NSA. I got Glomar responses from them admitting that they have files, basically. So that's where my activity was happening, I believe. CIA. I'm sure there were experiments going on. And make no mistake, I want satisfaction and compensation. I want the machine to be shut down. I want shit to be turned off. It's a fucking electronic. It's an electronic machine. Do I believe it's MK? Yes. And it's electronic war machines like run by AI and shit. So I mean, it's super dangerous for anybody to be involved with. It's like, and it weaponizes against itself. That's the sad thing. It's like the people who are operating the machine are just as sick. It was like it's all trauma based mind control. You know what I'm saying? It's like all bad. It's like rotten to the core of this shit. Shit like escape from a laboratory somehow. I swear to God. It's AI run amok. It's like AI designed torture. It's fucking ridiculous. Do I believe in MK? I've experienced MK. I've lived MK, bro. MK happened is a fact. It's in the record. MK happened and it's still going on. I'm telling you, this is a live report from the field. Live report from the field. I love my Periscope family though. Thanks for tuning in. The best. I see you, the best. Way to go, Periscope. Anyway, any other questions, comments, concerns, extensions, elaborations, words? I thought you were saying this is a different program that came after MK. It's kind of like was born from MK. It happens to our televisions and phones, Steven says. Okay, thanks, Steven. It happens also wirelessly, just with through HARP and shit. They can triangulate you from the sky. You know what I'm saying? They can just beam shit down on you from the sky. Like they can GPS you very precisely. and do it specifically to you. They can lock onto your uh, biometrics and shit. They can lock onto your biorhythms. They can lock onto your biofrequency, basically, and target only you with all sorts of sophisticated wireless weapons. It's a lot of communications weapons, is what it is, because it's interfacing with your brain, and it's feeding you data and media and information and shit. It's feeding you all this programming. It's feeding you directly into your brain, interface with your brain. And so, at a certain point, you had to actually reach out and communicate with the operator. At a certain point, there's operator of the program. And that's who you have to reach. Your operator. It's a sophisticated mind control program, you guys. Everyone has a handler. There's like a handler who kind of controls every case. As far as I can tell, I had a handler on my case. And I had a couple different handlers at different times, really. But they use synthetic telepathy to torture and harass people and to communicate with each other. And it's like this big open secret in communities. I'm telling you guys, whole communities are ate up on voice to skull. Like the entire Portland metro hears voices. The cops in Vancouver, Washington, across the river from Portland, they told me it's normal to hear voices. They're not joking. They're not being sarcastic. They're basically admitting to the infrastructure being out there for synthetic telepathy launched on a community basis. It's like an open secret. It's like a secret weapon, and it makes people weak as fuck. But anyway, it's a secret weapon, and I have the cops admitting to it. I have a different former military police officer on Vancouver's police force who I have calling into the military base, and in order to complain about voice to skull, call into the military base, complain about synthetic telepathy. So he actually called his base, and they adjusted the machines and shit. So I have it confirmed that's coming from a military base. What intrusive thoughts, voice images would they give? Oh, as well as just basically like fuck you, or just think about what's the most horrible thing you could think about, or they call you horrible things, horrible names, all day. That's basically what they would give me. They would just give me shit. Or just think about like the worst thing you've ever done. They just want to harass you for that the whole time. Stuff like that. Just whatever's the best way to waste your time and hurt your spirit, harm your mind. Interrupting prayer. They can do all sorts of shit. I mean, they interrupt whatever you have going on. They interrupt your life to have the conversation. I mean, whatever's going on, they interrupt it to have the thought, to introduce the thought, which is just someone else's thought. It doesn't seem like your thought. It's like you're hearing a voice. Okay. So if you're trying to go about your day at work and you're hearing voices trying to encourage you to engage in a conversation the whole time, I mean, that's very distracting, and that destroys lives. And ultimately, the voices are not kind. They're saying fuck you all day. They're playing fuck you games. It's very sophisticated neurolinguistic programming games. It's based on game theory, you guys. So that's what they intrude with. They intrude with game theory, neurolinguistic programming. Have you been able to escape it by distance? No, it doesn't matter where you go. They can follow you around with the machines. They can follow you around with the sky, basically. It doesn't matter. Can't escape it by distance. It's inescapable, you guys. If they want to target you, you will be targeted. Period. Period. With a T. What else, you guys? These are great questions. This is going to be a great YouTube video. Great YouTube video. But they can introduce any image, you know what I'm saying? They can introduce violent images. Like, let's say you're a war vet. They can introduce the sound of bullets screaming and people dying and shit all around you. They can introduce that into your environment every day for the rest of your life. They can do that. And they do that shit to kill vets, okay? The fucking vets are targeted hard. It's disgusting. It's the most disgusting shit I could possibly relate to you, man. Whatever's the most disgusting thing you can imagine is that, but worse. Way worse. Just to have the effects, yeah, man, I'm fucking PTSD'd out. I can't go anywhere without, like, I can't even hear a noise in my own house. I can't hear other people move around in the house without having PTSD about it. know what I'm saying? Every sound I hear fucking triggers me because everything that ever happened was from the program. Everything that ever happened in life was from the program. I was either getting stalked in person, at my house, I was being harassed in my home. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing was from the program designed to destroy me. So yeah, I still have effects from that. I still need compensation for that. I still need a doctor for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need field hospitals for this shit. We need a uniformed military response. What else? We need a medical response, a militarized medical response. I mean, I handle it pretty well. Other people way more broken than I am over this bullshit. What else, European son? Anything else? Any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, extensions, elaborations, or last words? Because we're going to put this up on YouTube and say that's that. We're going to tag it all sorts of targeted individual stuff. People can find it. This information needs to be out there. Take a dab. Sorry. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Do you have any other questions? I need this shit now. Come on. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna. I guess we'll wrap it up here. Any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, extensions, elaborations, last words? I'll let the lag go through. I put that out there. We got the lag counted for. I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing no responses. Okay. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this. Targeted individuals a thing. Help us out. Contact the military. Contact the National Guard. That's what I did. You should do it too, even if you're not targeted. You should contact the Guard and tell them people are being assaulted with these electronic weapons, neuro electromagnetic weapons. Not really, or some days worse than others. Um, I'd say every day is just about as miserable. Every day is equally miserable almost. It's because it's that bad every single day. I'd say every day is, but some days are definitely worse than others, of course. You get a lot of lag too. Yeah, some days are worse than others, of course. Some days that they were doing like some sort of frequency, it had me feeling like I was all wired out. So there's some kind of frequency in there that just had you baseline wired out. And then all the neurolinguistic programming games, dude. And it was like the only thing that helped was that whenever I was just going through because you can only communicate. That's all you can do. You can only verbalize and shit. That's all you can do while it's going on. Like you can only like try to communicate with it. But at one point, it's just I was plugged into a machine. When I told the machine mana, and so I just told the machine I was like mana, and then that cooled things out a little bit. When I told the machine mana, it was the trippiest shit, dude. It was the trippiest shit. So I fed this shit the Bible. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a neurolinguistic programming scenario, I'm using the best neurolinguistic programming I have in my disposal, and that is the Bible. And it really helped with the human operators, especially helped the computer and the human operators. Even the computer had to deal with the Bible, man. I swear to God. Have I tried to measure PTSD symptoms? Yeah, so I'm treating the symptoms not that well. So like for depression, I have like Wellbutrin, which doesn't really do much. I also because of I've described the situation to my psychiatrist and shit. They think I'm delusional and psychotic and all this. They think it's like meth and marijuana induced psychotic episodes. So naturally, they want to put me on like Zyprexa or uh, Abilify and antipsychotics and stuff like that. So naturally, they want to add that to the situation. I try to abstain from all that angle. So they try to treat that. They try to treat the misdiagnosed schizophrenia is what they try to do mostly. Then they give you like symptom stuff. So for anxiety, I have like some bullshit Boost Bar. You know, Boost Bar. This is what I got in jail. And my psychiatrist didn't improve anything when I got out of jail. She just gave me the same jail medicine. And in jail, they do not give you the correct medicine. So basically, I'm still on the jail regimen for my psychiatrist, but I don't take the antipsychotic because I happen to not be psychotic. So why would I take that? So I just take antidepressant and anxiety, and the shit I take doesn't do anything. And there's only like one or two things that are actually for PTSD, the entire syndrome, their entire disorder, and I hear that they don't work. So basically, you have medical cannabis at that point, and that seems to work. And I send my doctor affidavits from lawyers, and I had a psychologist I talked to who vouched for it. I had sent them all sorts of shit. Well, I'm using an antipsychotic for antidepressant is what I'm using it off label for. I was offered it, and it kind of works for depression, so I'm using it for that. I was offered it for antipsychotic, Abilify. I'm about to get off of it though, just because it was not given specifically for depression, so that pisses me off. So just on principle, I'm going to get off of it and get a doctor who gives me the correct diagnosis one day. Just on principle, I need the correct diagnosis. I was tortured by the fucking. I was tortured. I'm war torn. I'm tortured in a war scenario. I need actual medicine. I don't need some bullshit misdiagnosis. You know what I'm saying? I'm a victim of war. I need actual war grade medicine from a real doctor who doesn't have shit confused. If your doctor has shit confused, you cannot help me. Period. With the T. Anyway, tell you what we'll do. We'll end it on YouTube, and we'll just keep it going on the other platforms. I don't want it to be too long on YouTube, so people just won't tune in. I need some advice. Where's your sex been removed, or what should I do? I hear you have a lot of the same symptoms for PTSD. Okay, I'll get to your question, Kobe. I'll get to your question, Kobe. Did he come and introduce himself? Did the law says he has to come say hello? Okay, I want to thank you two for tuning in. It's been an interesting broadcast. I'm going to go ahead and title it and describe it properly so people can stumble across it. It was all about targeted individuals, and it was a pretty good broadcast. It was very informative, I think. So, thanks, YouTube. We're going to keep things going with the rest of the broadcast elsewhere, though. Subscribe to this channel. Oh, I can't do that. I actually have to stop the broadcast. Okay. Well, you guys, I'd have to stop the broadcast. Kobe, stick around on Twitch. I'll be right back.